What's going on, guys? Kaiser here, and today I'll be doing a PC build using the MacCube 310 and the Castle 360EX AIO by Deepcool. Now, the guys over at Deepcool did send this out to me for review, but as always, I'll be giving you my unbiased opinion. With that said, let's get to it. This is the MacCube 310 mid-size case by Deepcool. This case has magnetic side panels on both the left and right side. Now, while this does offer a lot of convenience when maintaining or upgrading your hardware, you're not going to be able to get away with cramming cables in here and forcing the panel shut. This will require some cable management. However, you do get a couple of clips for added security. The case itself measures in at 424.6 by 215 by 494.6 millimeters with a max CPU cooler height of 165 millimeters, 330 millimeters for the GPU, and 160 millimeters for the PSU. Also inside the case, you have an adjustable GPU bracket to prevent sag. As far as cooling, up top you can fit 3 120mm or 2 140mm fans, and also in the front you can fit 3 120mm fans or 2 140mm fans, and up to a 360mm radiator. You also get an included 120mm fan for the rear. For ventilation, you have 13mm channels on both sides of the front and top of the case. Now, this is one of the concerns that I have with this case because there's no other ventilation on the top, but we'll see how this affects the temps a little later on in the video. Also up top, you have a power and reset button, 2 USB 3.0 ports, a mic, and an audio jack. For storage, this case has 2 2.5 disc caddies and 2 2.5 or 3.5 discs in the drive cage. Now, you can move the drive cage to make room for the cables. I found it manageable, but still a little tight. Also included in this case is a fan hub, Velcro straps for cable management, rubber grommet pass-throughs, and a removable dust filter on the bottom. Now for the cooler, I'm using the Castle 360EX. This cooler has a 360mm radiator, a 2,550 RPM pump, addressable RGB, and is equipped with Deepcool's anti-leak technology. Inside the box, you get 3 120mm fans, mounting accessories, and a customizable center logo plate that, when paired with the RGB and mirror, creates this really cool infinity effect. The RGB can be controlled using the motherboard's RGB header or with the included controller. Now, this is pretty much a case and cooler swap. The parts that I use for this build is an Intel i7-7700K, an Asus Maximus Non-Hero, 16GB of Corsair Vengeance RAM, a Kingston Predator SSD, a Seagate HD, the Corsair RMX 850W 80+ Gold, and the EVGA GeForce GTX 1080 Ti for the 1.3. Now, I ran some stock stress tests using 80/64 in performance mode for about 10 minutes or so, and the CPU maxed out at 81 degrees with an average of 71 degrees. Now, this was about 7 degrees higher than my previous NZXT case and cooler setup. However, when I tested the Castle 360EX and the NZXT case, the temps were about the same. So my initial assumption was correct. The minimal amount of ventilation at the top of the MacCube 310 does cause it to be a bit warmer. Now, I also checked the temps in a real case scenario for me, playing Modern Warfare, and here's the results. So my overall opinion about this case and cooler, as for the AIO, this is one of the most visually pleasing coolers that I've seen. It's well made and it's on par with my X62, if not a degree or two lower. Now for the MacCube 310, overall, this is a great looking case. I really like the magnetic panels, and if you can keep your cable management in order, it really is a convenient way to get in and out of the case. Now, the real issue that I have with this case is the minimal amount of ventilation. Personally, I like to keep my max temps at 75 or below, although 80 isn't terrible, but if you're playing more demanding titles or performing more CPU intensive tasks, it could be hard to hit that mark. Now, I'm not certain if this is a common complaint with this case, but Deepcool has another version of it, the MacCube 310P. And that case looks exactly like this one, except it has ventilation on the top panel. So if you like the look of this case, I'd recommend picking up that one instead. But anyway, I'm curious to know what you guys think, so leave a comment below, and I'll leave links in the description just in case you guys want to check any of these devices out. So until next time, peace.